I guess everything this week's been much more happy, confident off the back of the win over Everton.
Yeah, any win you feel much better. I can tell you that when you're in football. But I've got to say it was an important win for us, and one that we were pleased to get.
Looking ahead to Derby, FA Cup, I mean, we've already seen that Chelsea are out, one of Man City or Arsenal are going to lose, one of Brighton or Liverpool are going to lose. Great opportunity this season, isn't it?
Yes, it is, but you still have to win the games, whoever's put in front of you. So it always sounds like that until you have to go and play the opponents. I mean, last year we got an unbelievable game at Kidderminster where we came from minutes from getting knocked out in that. So this competition, anything can happen, and we've seen it over the years. So we need to be on our mettle. We need to play well. Derby are on a really good run at the moment. They're a football club which is Premier League in sort of stature and in size. So we go there and we give them all the respect we can, and hopefully try and get through to the next round. But they'll be thinking the same.
Yeah, you mentioned Kidderminster last year. I mean, the vast majority of the public would have been willing them to win because it's a big shock and it's the magic of the FA Cup. And I guess you've got to fight that on Monday as well against Derby. Other than West Ham fans, probably everyone wants Derby to win. Yeah,
but I think that when I've been in the other side as well, been at Preston, we played Arsenal when Arsenal were champions and invincibles, and we were 2-0 up at one point. We ended up losing 4-2 unfortunately, but it was an incredible game, and I think it happens. I think quite often we have competitions which are games in this competition which actually, no, it does happen. So we have to be at our best to get through. But yeah, I think the competition could open up. You've mentioned a few teams been knocked out already. But always in any competition, the draws are the things that happen. You know, everybody wants to win the cup, no doubt about that, and everybody wants to get to the final. There's no doubt about that. But the draws sometimes can go against you, or sometimes you can play badly and find yourself knocked out.
I know you want to stay in the Premier League. That's taken as a given. But what would it mean for you personally to win a trophy?
Be huge. It's something which every year I try to win a trophy. I don't get the bit where we hear that because maybe you change the team or you change a few players that means that you don't want to win a trophy. I think people who think that way are completely naive. As managers, we all want to win a trophy, but we also have squads of players we need to look after. So there's a management issue behind the scenes which has to be dealt with. There's also maybe you want to think that you want to look and try something else. So I think we've seen that in the FA Cup already. I mean, I saw the teams with both Wolves and Liverpool put out in the replay would suggest that quite a lot of the teams have changed their players around.
In terms of the amount of time since this club last won a trophy, which was the FA Cup 43 years ago, is that too long for a club to go without winning something?
I'd like to say yes, but I think there's probably other clubs who are probably in a similar situation. I think what we've had in football is a monopoly of a lot of teams who've won it. Won this competition or won the Premier League, for example. I'm sure people will pull out the Wigan Athletics in recent times who've won the FA Cup, etc., and teams who've done that. But I think ultimately what tends to happen, it tends to be the best sides in the country who do win it, and again, now and again, that doesn't happen. So we need to go there and prove that we're one of the best sides in the country and try and win the trophy.
Last couple, off the back of a win, momentum is everything, so I guess that in terms of Monday night, not only getting through to the next round, but another victory brings on that momentum.
Yeah, 100%. The idea is to go again, try and build momentum, try and pick up on a really good result. I think we've had some okay performances which didn't lead to results. I thought last week was an okay performance which did lead to a result. So I'm looking to improve on both. I'm looking to improve on my performance. I'm looking to improve on scoring more goals than we did in this game if I possibly can, and building on the clean sheet what we got, which was really important for us.
The last one from me, next Tuesday, day after you hopefully go through to the fifth round of the FA Cup, next Tuesday's transfer deadline day, do you anticipate being busy? Do you think there could be more people leaving than coming? Or
I don't think probably either. I think we sort of brought in more players we said in the summer, and then because of the way things were, we decided we wanted to bring in Danny Ings in the recent week or so. So I think we've probably done the majority of what we can do. But I wouldn't want to sit here and say that we're not doing any other business, and I wouldn't want to sit here and say to you that nobody might leave before then. The truth is I don't really know. If I had something lined up just now, whether to come in or go, there's none of that in the pipeline at the moment, but with 4 or 5 days to go, who knows what might happen.
You tell me.
Certainly would.
Emma, BBC.
Hello, David.
Hi,
On that note, real shame to have lost Danny Ings so early
Yeah.
after joining you. Meanwhile, Mikel Antonio has suggested there are talks about him possibly going somewhere else this month. I wondered if the injury to Danny Ings may affect any chance of Mikel Antonio leaving. Or
Well,
what the latest is.
Well, it's not the club talking about Mickey Antonio going. I think Mickey's the one who's talking about it. Unfortunately, Danny has picked up an injury which was in the first 15-20 seconds of the game, and we don't think it's that bad, but it's just enough just to make us say we're going to have to. It would be cup tied for this week anyway, so we've got a little bit of grace with that. So hopefully he's not going to miss too much. He's had an injection in his knee. And hopefully he'll get himself back ready to go quite quickly.
But does that mean you're looking for another striker?
No, not really. I think what we've said is we're probably in the main. We've spent some money on Danny, which we weren't necessarily expecting to do, but we felt as if we could do to add into what we've got. At the moment, I don't necessarily see us spending more money. But again, I don't want to say that and then you say to me, you told me something different, because this world changes very quickly.
How is the squad and what changes are you anticipating making?
Squad are good. I'm really pleased that we got a great boost from the win against Everton last week. I'm seeing it in training. I've definitely seen an improvement in the spirits and all the good things you would hope. So we'll go there with a strong squad. We'll go there and try and get through in the cup. But we also know and are aware that Derby County are on a great run. And as I said there before, Derby County would not be out of place as a football club in the Premier League. And they've had big problems over probably, I don't know if it's 4 or 5 years now, but they've certainly had some serious problems, and they look as if they're just beginning to get themselves back together a little just now.
I was going to ask you about that because it's been a while since West Ham and Derby have played each other, but an awful lot has changed for them over the course of the last few years, as you say. Are you surprised to see them as a League One team at the moment, and do you think they won't necessarily be there for long?
I don't think MD in the football world should be surprised, because I look at big clubs, Sheffield Wednesday. We had Leeds United down for a long time, and we've had lots of big clubs down. So I think when you do go down, then for like Derby, then it can be difficult to get back, and it's proved that way for Derby. And I know they've had other problems behind the scenes as well. So they've had to work hard, but they've certainly got themselves in a really strong position in the First Division. And we went to Kidderminster last year, who are probably another 3 or 4 leagues down. So we're certainly not going to pay Derby no respect. We're going to give them every bit of respect they deserve as a football club and as a team. And we'll go there and try and get ourselves through in the cup.
And do you think the recent memories of that Kidderminster match helped to make you less complacent about?
It wouldn't make me be less complacent, because I'm always wary about it. I get brought up watching Hereford and Newcastle when it was Ronnie Radford's goal, have I got it right, his goal, and remember those memories of that goal and the shocks what that felt like at the time. So I think ever since that day or certainly me, I've not been surprised when you see teams have great wins in the cup, and I'm sure you could go back and name quite a few.
Finally from me, I'm just wondering how much weight has been lifted off your shoulders in the last week, and it seemed to be that it was set up that the West Ham Everton game was whichever manager lost was going to lose their job, and that seemed to be the case with Frank Lampard.
Well, I can't answer you that, can I? Because I didn't feel I was put in that position. I can only tell you that from my point of view. No, I didn't. No. I felt the board have backed me terrifically well, so it made me feel really comfortable and at ease because of the support they've given me.
Thanks, Emma. And finally, James from Sky.
It's sad to see Frank Lampard go, lose his job after that game.
Yeah, I was really disappointed, but we just got to a situation where the games have got for us all really tight. You can see the level of competition at the bottom end of the Premier League and how difficult it is to get victories. We narrowly lost to Wolves the week before 1-0, and thankfully we got a decent victory against Everton last week.
Looks like Sean Dyche is going to come in. How much of a good fit do you think he will be for Everton right now?
Well, it's not for me to talk about either, because I know them both very well. I know Dicey really well. He's a really good lad. He did a brilliant job at Burnley. If you look at his record at Burnley, he had a great time in how he worked with them. And if you're asking me about Everton, Everton's a brilliant club. I'm disappointed to see it, and sort of broken a little bit at the moment, but it'll come back together. They're moving into a new stadium, so they'll want to be in the Premier League and they'll want to show everybody exactly what they are. It's a great club.
And just on Mikel Antonio, just picking up, what's your feeling in terms of whether he stay or go?
Who's that? Sorry?
Mikel Antonio.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
And
Yeah.
the comments, were you surprised to hear him saying he's not ruling out?
No, I just think that, Mickey said it. We here have got no intention of doing anything. So sometimes players choose to do that, and some of them want to go. But at the moment, we want Mick here. We want him playing well. We want him scoring goals, and we're happy to have him.
And Danny Ings, any time scale?
No, none that I would give you anyway. That's for sure.